What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to Zero Thought. In this episode, we're going to be talking about fundamental differences. So first of all, I'm going to start off by saying that everybody gets in arguments. No matter how nice you are, you're going to end up conflicting with someone, and you're both going to express it with each other. Now, while I'm a person who is somewhat outspoken and pretty logical, tries to be rational, I actually end up butting heads with quite a few people that I think don't understand me well or aren't doing things in a very efficient process. Or regardless, I've gotten into plenty of arguments, and something I'm working on now is learning to choose when I get into arguments and such. But that's a topic for another episode. What I'm going to be talking about is how to get to the root of arguments, which is oftentimes the best way to resolve conflict. So first of all, why do arguments start? Well, people have two different views. Whether it's about something they're passionate and they're both fervently debating with one another, or it's just a minor argument that might not be worth your time. Both of the people in the argument differ in views, and that's something that can't really be avoided if people are going to be arguing. However, what's most important to start in an argument is trying to understand the other person, more so than being so headstrong about I'm right and I need to convince this other person of my viewpoint. First of all, try and say, okay, I'm going to explain to this person why I think the way I do as best I can so that they can truly understand my viewpoint. But that's only half of the argument. Then you must listen to the other person as they explain their viewpoint so that you can best understand them. Because a lot of arguments continue based on a misunderstanding, and then you're not even arguing about the same thing half the time, and that's not very productive at all. So once you understand each other, you can really get to the root of the problem. Think about what are the differences between the two people or three people or even more people that are arguing about whatever topic it is. And what I like to do is I try to boil arguments down to fundamental differences. Well, it sounds like kind of a big phrase. It's basically the very root problem, the subtle changes or differences in views between two people that are just ingrained in us. Two things that aren't arguable between us that are different, and that when compounded with multiple other facts or experiences result in these two even like possibly more different perspectives on various topics. I'll give you guys a quick example that is not a very deep problem. However, it's a conflict that comes up quite a bit, and it's about Super Smash Bros. So as many of you probably know, Super Smash Bros. Melee is my favorite iteration of Smash Bros. And I'd argue it's the best fighting game out of the Smash Bros. Series. And that oftentimes gets me into a lot of arguments because people say, oh, why do you hate Brawl? I enjoy Brawl a lot. Why is Melee suddenly better? And a lot of times people just don't know about Smash as much as I do. And I can oftentimes show them why I think that Smash Bros. Melee is a better fighting game. But there are times when you get down to people that say, like, I like Smash Bros. Brawl a lot better. I think Melee is too fast, it's too advanced, too many techniques and such. And what I try to really find out is whether or not they just like fast games or not. Because there are certain inherent qualities about each game that define the player's experience for those games. Smash Bros. Brawl is a lot slower, floatier, a lot of small encounters, like strings of independent hits, whereas Melee is a lot faster paced. You're constantly on your toes reacting, and a lot of long strings of hits, combos and such. Now personally, that appeals to me. The long strings of combos, the fast pace of action, that's something that I fundamentally enjoy more. That's something that you can't argue with me. That's just something that I find more fun. If someone else, just at the very root of their definition of fun, their enjoyable experience is something that's a slower pace, that's something I can't change. And that's something that when I'm arguing with this person, I need to understand and quickly acknowledge, because We could get into an argument about what makes a better game and why this game is better or not, but it all boils down to just the fact that he likes slower games, I like faster games. And that's what I would mean by a fundamental difference. And so I think that a lot of arguments can be boiled down to fundamental differences, which are different perspectives that aren't arguable, that aren't easily changeable by one other person, and are just an innate quality of each person. So, in the future, I encourage you guys to look for fundamental differences between each other when getting into arguments, because friendships can be ruined, a lot of time can be wasted in stupid arguments that can just be boiled down to fundamental differences. You just say, hey, look, we just differ on this very small subject. We just have a slightly different opinion, and that's that. There's nothing to be debated there. So let's just acknowledge that we have this fundamental difference and move on. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think fundamental differences are a good thing? Or do they exist actually? Are they a good solution to solving arguments? Let me know in the comments on Skype. I love hearing your guys' feedback, your questions, and I look forward to hearing you guys. But until then, this has been Midnight Zero, and this mission is complete.